We're going to be talking about content marketing today. So I want to hear from you what questions you have about content marketing. Do you even know what content marketing is? Or maybe you think that you know what content marketing is, but maybe you're not sure. So while you type in your questions, I'm going to read from my cup. This little cup, the set I got from my daughter, and it has a penguin on it, so I've got to use it, right? And this one says, what is the sound of one flipper flapping? A little thing to meditate about, right? Hey, I've got a little funny for you here. Why couldn't the marketer sell his baking equipment? Well, because he had a leaky funnel. So all marketers out there will understand that a marketing funnel that leaks, and you can, okay. Here's another one. What's a pirate's favorite content format? Webinar. Okay, so there's a reason why I'm not in comedy. But hey, I hope that made you chuckle a little bit this morning. So this is our live show of Tea Time Tips, Marketing for Business Entrepreneurs. And 2 weeks ago, I did the very first live show, and you'll see that down further down in the comments, and also on our website or on YouTube. And so every 2 weeks, I'm going to do a live show, and it's a Q&A format. So I'm here to answer your questions on anything to do with online marketing or social media, because that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. So I'm here to help share my expertise with you. So what kind of content marketing do you do right now? Like, if you already know and understand what content marketing is, what is it that you do? And, share some ideas and tips, and of course, any questions that you might have about that. And then in 2 weeks from now, we are going to be talking about SEO. Now, I know how excited you are about learning more about SEO. So you're just going to have to wait for 2 weeks. and I, obviously I'm jesting. I know that SEO is certainly not a favorite subject of a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners, but it is also an extremely important subject. So my intention is not to make you an SEO expert, or even today a content marketing expert. My intention is for you to understand that world so that you know what needs to be done, what you can do for your business, and maybe if you need to outsource it and hire somebody to help you with that stuff, because you can't do it all yourself. I think that a lot of especially solo entrepreneurs tend to be judgmental on themselves, let's be honest, where they think that they should know all of this already, as if they were born with this innate knowledge about content marketing and SEO and online marketing and all that stuff. And so I give you permission to let go of that stress that you have put on yourself, and feel free to ask questions, because we are here. There is no silly question. There is no small question. I did find a quote about what content marketing is, and I'll just read that off to you. Content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience, and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. So in a nutshell, what that means is, and I talk about this a lot, especially in our Amplify group, where, I'm teaching more about relationship marketing as opposed to direct or push marketing. So content marketing is under the umbrella of relationship marketing. What we're trying to do is develop the know, like, and trust factor with our target audience so that we can showcase our expertise, share valuable information that they want and need to hear from you, and build up that reputation that you are the go-to person for that particular industry that you are in. And And that is done through content marketing, as opposed to direct sales or push marketing, where that is done through direct ads. You know, your TV ads, your magazines, your radio ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. You know, advertising is more of a push model, where content marketing is a pull model. And I've talked about this before as well, where it shouldn't be one or the other. I always advise our clients to have a blended approach, so that some of what we do for them is push, you know, get those direct ads out there, have some direct results, but also pull, bring people in, get an opportunity to widen your brand reach and get more people who are in your target market to know who you are, get to know you better, so that you can then convert them into a profitable customer action, which is what that content marketing is. But I think that content marketing works really well in the service industry, because service industry does require that know, like, and trust factor a lot more than selling a widget. So at the end of the day, content marketing is creating content and distributing that content as far as you can, as much as you can. And that content is created to appeal to your target market. So the very first thing that you need to be aware of is to ensure that you know who your target market is. And you need to, when you're creating this content, you want to create it in a manner of making sure it's appealing to them, it's something that they need, and it's in their language. And the reason for that kind of touches on what I'm going to be talking about in 2 weeks from now about SEO, where when we create content, the search engines pick up that content. And the reason why it gets picked up is because people are typing in the search engines, you know, tell me about why does this happen, or how do I do this? And those keywords need to be in your content in order for the people who are looking for that information find your piece of content in the search engines, and then they are directed back to your website. And so I just mentioned website, and that's kind of, in my opinion, your content should be the nucleus of it. You know, the main feature of that content should sit on your website, typically as a blog post. But then that blog post can be distributed to all of your social media channels, YouTube, if it's a video, as well as article repositories and other blogs who accept guest bloggers to, post blogs on there. So there's dozens and dozens of opportunities for you to take that one piece of content and spread it out. And that, as I said, increases your brand reach and gets you in front of more people who are interested in hearing from you and benefiting from your expertise. So what is content? The content itself can be in the form of several different things. So at the most simplistic form is text, plain text. So it can be an article that is, just a plain old article, and that article has a lot of keywords in it, and so it gets picked up great from the search engines. You can do video, which is what I'm doing right now. This is a form of content marketing, but it's not going to stop at this. Right now, I am broadcasting this as a live show, and once it's done, I'm going to take this video, I'm going to do some little bit of editing, and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So now I have distributed this piece of content into YouTube. I'm not going to stop there. Once it's in YouTube, I'm then going to create a blog post, embed the YouTube video into it, and write an article about this topic, about content marketing. It's basically going to reiterate what I've been talking about. So this one piece of content is now going to be sitting on Facebook. It's also going to be sitting on YouTube, and it's also going to be sitting on my blog as a blog post. Then I'm going to distribute that to my newsletter subscribers. So if you want to know about the next time I do a video and all of the other content that we create here at eVision Media, we create 2 to 3 pieces of content a week on our blog. So I encourage you to sign up for our newsletter so that you will be notified of when that next newsletter, when the next blog article is being posted. And I'm going to ask my handy assistant, Nikki, to post the link to our free newsletter, which is a website guide. It's a guide to help you understand all of the different components that you need to put under consideration when you are either developing your website or ready to give it a change. So I encourage you to sign up for that guide. Nikki will post the link for that in the comment section. So anyway, and then they can go from there. So we have this one piece of content. Let's keep using this video as an example because it's a great way to illustrate how far-reaching content marketing can be. So we've got this video, we've got it on Facebook, we got it on YouTube, we got it in our blog post. And then what we can do is distribute that blog post to other social media channels, so to Twitter and LinkedIn and Pinterest and all that kind of stuff. Then we can also take this article, either the article with the video or just the article by itself, and distribute that to other blog posts that accept guest articles and article repositories. We can also, because this is a video format and it has an audio component, we could convert this into a podcast, just make it an audio only podcast and submit that to iTunes. We could create a PowerPoint presentation, a slideshow, and make it an informative piece of content that can be distributed that way. So, and as I had said, we're also going to be posting an article. We're going to create an article out of this blog post or out of this video. And that's really important for your search engine optimization. If you do have a video, it's important to create text content to go with it for your blog post so that the search engines find it. And I'll talk more about that in a couple of weeks from now when we talk about the very exciting topic of SEO. Okay, I have a question here from Shayla. And the question is, where do we find places like these repositories? And that's a really good question. I wish Daniel was on the call. Maybe he is. I'm not sure, but he's the one who does all of the content distribution. Just do a Google search for article repository or anything like that, and then you'll get some lists there. And I know that I've covered this also, but it was several months ago now, but it's in our archives of Amplify Business Academy, where I listed a whole long list of these article repositories and other ideas about content marketing. Oh, there's Daniel. Okay, Daniel, please share in the comments a little bit, a few ideas and tips about what article repositories some of our viewers can look into, please. Daniel is my SEO specialist, and he also does a lot of the content marketing for me. I have a team. I can't do it all myself. So we talked about plain text as content, and we talked about videos as content. But from that video, I also talked that you can create content in just audio format only. And I did this years ago when I first started thinking about content marketing. Aside from writing articles, honestly, I was way too shy and self-conscious to get myself in front of a video like this. So the next best thing in my mind was to do audio. So what I did was I recorded voiceovers and just had a picture. And so it was still ended up being a video, but it was just people were just looking at the picture while listening to my audio. But that is a good way to get into iTunes and create podcasts, or, it's an alternative to videos as well. And so audio is another one. And then slideshows is another one. And, there are a lot of different ideas that you can do with your content marketing. And of course, a big part of content marketing is using social media. Social media marketing encompasses content marketing. Every time that you post, you're posting content. And the purpose of that posting of that content is to attract your ideal client, inform them of something of value, and then converting them, bringing them into your mailing list, just like I've asked you to do. That is, to get into our mailing list so that you will be notified of any upcoming content that we create for you. It's a once a week email newsletter that we send out. Content marketing really does benefit also with the SEO, as I've been talking about, and the PR component too. Like, there's a big PR component about content marketing. Remember I said about the brand reach, expanding your brand reach. And what I mean by that, I know that's a marketing term, so I'm probably saying something that might need a little explanation. So brand reach means eyeballs. How many people are you going to reach with all of your content? And your intention is to reach more people. You want to keep expanding that circle of influence so that your target market, more and more and more of your target market gets to know, like, and trust you. So PR is in that too, because the know, like, and trust factor is a PR move, is it not? Right? You want to have that, that presence to being representing your business, your brand, and in a favorable fashion, right? So it's definitely the idea here is that we want people to know and understand and believe that we are here because we care about our followers. I definitely care about you, and I want to share with you my knowledge to help you with your business. And that's a PR strategy. So it's all about you as opposed to me and my business, eVision Media. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Daniel. I'm just going to show that. So the three major ones are self-growth, which I mentioned, eZine, Live Journal. U-Ink is a really good one, especially if you're in Canada. That's done by Arlene Dickinson from the Dragon's Den, and it's all about empowering women in business. And I know a lot of my followers are women business owners, so U-Ink is a great one to get into. Amazines, and so those were just a few ideas. So there you go, Shayla. You can do some Google searches for those. So Daniel also says that most are free once you pass their guidelines and get expert status for your field. They all have different rules for links and images and editing. So yeah, Daniel's been doing this for many years. And so he has definitely gotten to understand a lot about what you can and cannot do. Some won't allow links, some won't allow images, some won't allow any kind of promotion within it. So you have to think in terms of content marketing, offering something of value as opposed to pushing your services, your knowledge on somebody. And yeah. So here Daniel says, I don't know if this, you can see it. I'll get cut off there. By the way, Susan just published and added her 200th article this week to repositories. You also have a bio section that can display a little bit about yourself, your offerings, and any specials or highlights that you wish to display. So yeah, there you go, 200 articles. And honestly, we've written more than 200, but this is 200 that we have actually gone out and used in that content marketing model. So, and that's over several years. So don't panic if you don't have that many. And then here's another one, business to community, which is a really good one. And with business to community, if you follow us on Twitter, so just go to Twitter and we're at eVision Media. We get a lot of people sharing our articles that were posted on business to community, and they are posting those articles to their followers on Twitter. So there's a whole nother benefit and reason why you want to participate in content marketing. And that's because if you're providing enough value, other people are going to share that content to their followers. And thus we've got that compounding effect of more and more people showing up and and seeing, there's the eyeballs that are seeing your content. I hope that I have covered enough to give you an idea of what it is and how important it is, especially in today's day and age of marketing, where social media is such a big component of it, but we still don't want to forget about the SEO, which I'll talk about in 2 weeks. Yay! I know, I'm a nerd. Okay, I'm a tech geek, whatever. SEO is fun. I'm going to leave it at that. Please sign up for our newsletter, the ultimate website guide.ca. That's Nikki posted that in our comment section. And so that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. And hey, if you enjoyed this and you think that I've shared something of value for you, please share this to your followers and let them know about, about this content marketing thing. And I would love it if you hit some likes and some loves and shared, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. We're going to talk about the more than exciting topic about SEO. So until then, bye for now. Thank you, everybody.